5, 4, 36, 12, blue. Classic Country 100.1 WGLC. I'm Charles Van Horn alongside Brian in front Foley. We are on the road tonight for Week 3. Your Mendota Trojans taking on the Kewanee Boilermakers. Now the season so far has been a rough one for the Trojans.
Rough start to the year, but we saw improvement between Week 1 and Week 2, so I'm excited to see what they bring out in Week 3.
Now, Kewanee's coming into this 2-0. They beat Sherrard Week 1, 28-21, and Erie Prophetstown Week 2, 28-0. Their quarterback, Brady Clark, has been really the core of their offense.
Yeah, I think they have 8 touchdowns on the year, and he's responsible for 5 of them. So, I think he's going to be fun to watch tonight. And Mendota, I don't think they can only focus on him, though, because I've heard they have a stable of running backs that like to run the ball, too. So
we'll have to keep an eye on that. Of course, Mendota, unfortunately, have been outscored 110-8 so far this season. The defense not really finding their legs. But that being said, last year we almost had this team's number. When we played Kewanee last season, we lost to them 35-34. So anything is possible in high school football. We talked to Coach Keegan Hill about tonight's matchup. Week 3's upon us. It's time for a difficult road game. Talking to Coach Keegan Hill ahead of tonight's contest against the Kewanee Boilermakers. Before we talk about this week, let's talk about last week and the Chargers. What did the Trojans' offense, defense, and special teams learn from the first home game of the season?
We were significantly calmer going into the game, getting Week 1 out of our system. So the atmosphere was good. The frame of mind was good, and we put in. I think our play matched up to it coming out of the gate. So defense getting a stop initially, offense getting the ball to midfield, and then not executing. But we started faster than we did Week 1. Special teams, we had opportunity to convert on the fake, and then we dropped the ball there, and we had a punt blocked. Those were 2 crucial moments early in the game.
Orion's offense did get slowed down by you guys. There were plenty of times you had them held to 3rd and long. Unfortunately, they went for it on 4th down, and you guys weren't able to execute to slow them down. What adjustments are you going to make this week to take on a team like the Boilermakers with a potent offense?
Just continue to play to our guys' strengths. Some more situational awareness that Week 1 we didn't get people into 3rd and 4th down. So this time we did, so now we can learn and grow from it with guys playing in a variety of new spots. So getting them seasoned there and more aware of what needs to happen is on the docket for this whole week.
We've noticed that you've changed which back is getting the ball the most often. Has there been a change in your thought on strengths of one player over another, or has it been more of a matchup situation?
I would say the strengths apply to everybody involved, so not just necessarily the ball carrier. So we've adjusted week to week on what people are doing well, and so we can maximize their strengths and minimize things situations we don't want them in. So yeah.
Kewanee is going to be a tough contest. As I said, we saw this game coming up with the schedule. We know it's going to be a rough one going into their house. What does Kewanee have going on right now that you guys are going to be looking to stop?
They have a variety of backs that enjoy carrying the ball. The quarterback is also in that picture, a senior quarterback, Clark. They play about eight of their guys will play both ways in some capacity, so not necessarily the deepest roster, but junior and senior laden, similar to Orion.
Going into Week 3, this is when we start to see if there's going to be some injury or eligibility issues. How's the team holding up on keeping everybody on the roster?
We've done quite well with that. Our first grade poll is Thursday, so that would influence the following week versus Hall, but we anticipate that going very well.
And no injuries?
No.
That's great news. Home crowd, glad to see them there. It's a shame we're at another year where we have less home games than away games. You got to love the way the student section gets involved. They were certainly loud last week against the Chargers.
Absolutely. Hopefully they can make it out to some of these road games to contribute in that capacity as well. We enjoyed the atmosphere on Friday, and we look forward to that same atmosphere at homecoming week 4.
Yes, against Hull High School. We look forward to talking about that game, too, and seeing that game. Coach, thank you for talking to us. Go get them.
Thanks. Go Trojans.
So join us tonight on your radio and on your smart speaker for all the action as your Mendota Trojans face the Kewanee Boilermakers. It's week 3 of high school football here on Classic Country WGLC. I'm Charles Van Horn alongside Brian in front Foley. We hope you can join us for the game tonight.